Hello, hello. Welcome to the, latest version of our LinkedIn and social selling workshop. Now, I have to be honest with you right away. This isn't a typical LinkedIn workshop that you may have watched in the past. I'm going to be focusing in on not how to generate loads of impressions, not how to post loads of content whatsoever. My purpose of this session is to show you how to utilize the platform to actually generate some business for yourself. Because one of the things you'll learn about me, whether you know me or whether you don't, is that every bit of advice that I see out there on the internet right now, I am practically applying, testing for a few months, and then reporting like my findings. And for the last 5 and a bit years, we have been building campaigns, not just on LinkedIn, but on every social media platform. But LinkedIn is something which either, if you're watching this right now, you may be considering using for your business, or you already are and are a little bit frustrated with the results. What I'm going to be sharing with you today in this workshop are things that are working right now, maybe some things that you need to stop doing, and also some things that you are missing, which once you then plug the gaps, you'll start seeing similar results that we do. And the information that I'm going to be sharing with you today has been taken off the back of 5 and a bit years of quite intense work, where I spend my life right now working with startups, complete and utter startups who are just coming to me with an idea, and also companies that have got 500 plus employees in. You'll see some of the companies that we have worked with from small to large throughout today. And this session right now, I'm about to reveal to you kind of like the basis of what all the information has been based upon. And what I would love for you to do as I reveal the 5 reasons here that so many people are failing on, to be fair, it's not just LinkedIn, actually, it's every social media platform. But when we're looking at LinkedIn specifically, the 5 reasons why people are failing, what I would love for you to do is pick one that you are going to, I guess, most connect with at this stage and then focus in on as I deliver the content for it. Because if you try and focus in on them all, unfortunately, I feel that that's probably going to overwhelm you. And instead, what I want you to do is pick one that is the one that, you know what, I'm going to try and move the needle the most on within this 30 to 45-minute session that we have got. And so the first key reason that I see so many businesses struggling right now is down to the fact that they don't know how to get the right people responding. When I say that, that could be content creation, it could be direct messaging, it could be just in any area of organic or paid marketing, whatever it is that you're doing, you may have a little bit of engagement on it, but you're not getting the right people engaging on it. And so that typically comes down to not being aware of what the right marketing message is to put out there to get the right reaction. So, number one is being unsure on what to say to get the right reactions. Number two is coming down to having a bit of a fear of asking for the sale in the first place. So, giving people the opportunity to buy from you on a platform like LinkedIn or any other, or actually the combination also of sharing too much value. And this is a big thing that I'm seeing literally every single day at the moment. People are trying to give as much as they possibly can away in hope that somebody is going to come back to them. This is something that is preventing so much business being done. And it's typically taken from advice that's given by lots of influencers out there on the internet. And it enables you to feel like if you just give enough away for free, that eventually something will happen. That is not the case. And that is something that you are going to learn throughout the entirety of this session. Number three comes down to platform understanding. So, whether you're brand new to LinkedIn or whether you've been using it for a little while, you believe that if you just know more about the algorithm, you will see better results. And so, it's a big mistake. Knowing what buttons to press, knowing what to share, what not to share is something that lots of people struggle with. By the end of this training, you're going to understand that as well. And then number 4 and 5 link quite closely together. This is the stuff actually that we see most people neglecting. And when we then implement these things, we see the biggest difference. And so when I look at anybody's social media activity, I will simply ask them, what is the process that you have in place that leads a stranger to becoming a really great customer? A lot of the time, they're either non existent, therefore the processes aren't there, or there are big gaps within them. And so one of the things that I'm going to be going through in this session are what steps you need to take to be able to build a predictable and sustainable process that leads to an inevitable conversion. And that ties in with the fifth reason why so many people struggle. And it is all down to the fact that your social media strategies, and I don't mean to insult you, you'll get used to me. I'm very, very blunt. I'm very, very direct. I'm just going to share with you the things that we believe, the sheer number of people that we speak to, and their social media strategies. They rely on the hope that someone's going to reach out to them. And that's a big problem, right? If you want to win online, you don't need to hope you'll get there. There are proven things that you can put in place that a prospect is going to enjoy going on, taking those steps to becoming a customer with you. But you need to make sure that you build them in the right way. So before I move on, just write one of these down. Is it 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5? Right? Which one most resonates with you that you believe is the thing that is holding you back, right? Hold on to it, because throughout this session, I'm going to be covering different aspects that are going to allow you to take down certain actions that allow you to improve. And the session is broke down into 3 key parts. Number 1 is clarity. Number 2 is creation. And number 3 is campaign. All of them, by the way, as equal as the other, right? So you can't have one and focus all in on campaign and hope that, do you know what, clarity and creation will just sort themselves out. That is not the way these things work. All 3 of these, for your process to work consistently for a long period of time, need to be in place. And this is why lots of people struggle. Now, if you've ever watched any of my free trainings like this, these instant on-demand trainings before, or if you've ever attended one of my live sessions before, you will know that I don't spend very much time talking about me. There's no sob story here. All I am sharing with you are the simple facts of what's working and what isn't. But as a company, socialselling.co.uk has a mission, and it's something that we are implementing at speed, so to speak. And when it comes to LinkedIn, we've been utilizing this platform for the last decade now. And it's not the only one we use by any means, but it is one when it comes to B2B business and seeing opportunity right now. We are building our brands faster than ever, and it is one of our biggest new business generation tools. We have now helped thousands of businesses, right? From complete startups. So if you are brand new to business, this training will help you. But if you're working for one of the larger organizations on the left-hand side of the screen there, whether it's FedEx, MasterCard, WorldPay, whichever, we also help those businesses as well. So we're very, very varied in the work that we do. But what we focus in on, and you're going to be hearing very, very simple terminology from us, but we focus in on helping businesses build conversion campaigns. So this isn't about getting millions and millions of impressions, right? This isn't about becoming an influencer. This is about the certain things as a business owner that you can put in place, or I guess someone is responsible for marketing or sales, whatever, doesn't really matter. But for somebody that's wanting to move the marketing and sales needle forward, what you need to put in place that's going to stand the test of time, right? We have been doing this for a long time now, and this training is the starting point for you. I don't also have a big pitch for you at the end. Okay, so lots of people sell services for £1,000, £3,000, 1997, 10 grand here. Been there, done it, spent a fortune on masterminds. You're going to be hearing a little bit about that throughout this, to be fair, because I think it's important that you understand the journey that I've been on with buying services like this on the internet. I'm going to be straight up with you, right? We are a subscription service. We provide training and also software that basically allow you to learn how to sell on social consistently. And we give the accountability and feedback to help you do it, right? We could charge thousands of pounds. We have charged lots of money for this in the past, but literally the one way to work with this now, there's only one way. It's £50 a month. Okay. So you know that there's no contract. You'll see a link around this page somewhere that will allow you to join us if you wish. And at the end of these trainings, I give you little bonuses to incentivize you to join us, but you don't need to. There's no obligation to. And at the end, I'll share with you a little bit of information about it. But actually, throughout this, I'm hoping you'll realize that the service is a bit of a no-brainer anyway. Now, this workshop is something that we've put together for some specific reasons. Number one, over the last 3 months, it's probably closer to 4 now at the time of recording this, the number of businesses that I've spoken to is probably around 130. And all of them at the moment, and you may feel this as well watching this, have told me very, very similar stories. They have been told that whether it's Facebook, Instagram, or LinkedIn in this case, that they can generate leads from this platform. They have maybe watched some free content on YouTube. They have maybe bought some training in the past. They may have even applied what they have been taught, but after trying are a little bit frustrated or don't really know how to see the results that these people are promising them. This is something, right? The amount of people that say to me, I wish we'd found you sooner, is seriously frustrating. And so what we're doing is trying to shout a little bit louder so people can understand how to stop wasting time and where to put their time instead that's actually going to give them a result. Because by the end of this, you will realize it isn't that difficult, right? It is actually extremely simple to do. And I have no shadow of a doubt, if you're watching this and you are spending time watching this training right now, I have no doubt that you are willing to put time into this, whether it's content creation, building your network, starting conversations, whatever. I guarantee you're probably somebody that if you want to grow, you are probably really willing and able to do this. But you don't want to do something that's going to be a complete and utter waste of time. We are, as an organization now, and this isn't anger at you, this is anger at an industry that have been conning people for long enough now. We are fed up of you believing that social media doesn't work for you. Social media works for everybody. Every platform works, but you've got to make sure that you've got the right things in place behind the scenes to allow it to work. And there is so much regurgitated advice that I'm seeing on the internet right now from your favorite influencer that you're probably thinking of at this current point in time. And the issue for me is that that regurgitated advice lacks context for you to be able to apply it to your business. And therefore, it's impossible for you to succeed. And if you do see success, it's for a small period of time and typically down to luck. That isn't your fault, that it just is how it is. And when you go through this training, you'll see the real reasons why. Because what I'm sharing today is simply going to demonstrate two things. Number one is what it is that you're doing wrong. Very, very simple stuff, the things that you need to stop doing to be able to succeed. And then number two are the things that you're missing, right? So there are some serious things that you need to have in place. And I don't mean to intimidate or scare you, but there are some serious things that you need to put in place to enable a prospect to be able to go from not knowing who you are to wanting to work with you. And the picture that you saw there, I'll go back one actually so you can see it, is my business partner, Nick. So this was his profile only about a year and a bit ago, 22,000 followers. And this was where we started to take his LinkedIn journey a bit seriously, right? So he hadn't used it before. He'd been playing around with it. And we decided to try a few things out. Now, at the time, did a bit of a review on his profile. And this was the sort of content that we saw, right? Now, I'm sure there are a few of us watching this right now that have been guilty of sharing a motivational graphic in our time. We've all done it. We've all pretty much got the t-shirt because we've seen somebody else share it. And we think, you know what? If they've done and got great engagement from it, maybe I should do the same thing. Nick did it and the engagement was pretty much pointless, right? The results were pathetic. And so what we looked at doing was putting together a content strategy that allowed us to be able to, one, enable him to become known for something properly, two, get more eyeballs on his profile, and three, to be fair, just prove that we knew what we were talking about. And so we switched up the content, same amount of followers, but you can see how the engagement's changed. He's gone from 20 reactions and 4 comments there to 143 and 56. Now, are reactions and comments the be all and end all that lead to revenue? No, but they do help. And if you can get them, why wouldn't you? There are people on the internet that tell you impressions don't matter. Getting tens of millions and 50 million impressions may be not the thing that you should be aiming for, but getting 1 or maybe 2 is better than getting none. And the people that say that they're not important typically just don't know how to get them. We do, and we've done it consistently time and time again. So you can see the headlines, you can see the photos. LinkedIn is a platform. I'm going to be sharing with you more about content as we go through. But we've been demonstrating and looking at the way that this platform is working. And there's certain types of content that I will be sharing that you will start to be able to implement and start to see similar results. Nick, over about a 7-month period, went from 22,000 to 27. He's now overtaken me. He's got over 30,000 followers on this platform. And he applies very, very simple content principles. This stuff is not complicated. And when you understand the basics of it, you can then start to put the other stuff in place that naturally leads to revenue. But it all starts with getting the fundamental things in place to be able to start moving in the right direction straight away. And so clarity, I've broken down into 3 sections for you, right? All really important. You cannot skip any of this if you want to win. All 3 of these things really important. Number 1, your identity. Number 2, your audience. And number 3 is your offer. So one of the things that I realized very early on is that showing up online isn't enough, right? Just ticking the box and treating social media like a chore, unfortunately, is never going to get you the results that you want. Instead, you need to have a very clear understanding of why somebody should follow you in the first place. What is it that you're going to be sharing that's of value? What is it that's going to make you interesting? What is it that's going to make people want to keep coming back to your profile to see what you're up to? If you were to take a look back at how you currently show up online, go and have a look at your Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, or other favorite social media channel. The majority of people, when I look at them, like they show up as the most boring versions of themselves rather than the best version. And when I then meet them in person or maybe speak to them on Zoom, I see the energy. I see the empathy. I see the emotion. I see all of this stuff. But the biggest thing that we need to realize is that trying to get that best version of us out there isn't easy for everybody. And there are certain things that you can put in place that make this start to happen. And these things you are going to see and how we have implemented them across our profiles. Because I know that if you are using these channels, right, utilizing these profiles, you're trying. What I want to show you today is how you get the best version of you out there. The second thing we then have to look at, right, is how we build the right audience. And you'll have to forgive that the camera is covering up some of the text here. I was hoping to record this on Loom. I'm having to record it on Zoom instead. But so many people treat building an audience like they are just clicking buttons and trying to add as many people as they possibly can. The reality is the way that you build your audience is extremely important. And understanding how, who, and what you should be doing to connect with people on LinkedIn is something that lots of people overlook. Now, we all know if you're watching this, and maybe actually, do you know what? Maybe you're brand new. You have the ability on LinkedIn to do something on here that you can't do on any other platform. You have control and the ability to build your own audience. And that is something that you can do every single week without fail. And you can send 150 connection requests, is what they're called, to your ideal target market to get them to accept you so you can build your audience up. So every single week, you should be maxing out and sending 150. We automate it. We don't do this manually. We teach automation. We help you do it. But with that, the 150 connection requests go out, and typically you should be expecting about a 50% acceptance rate, maybe 40% when you automate it. But that means that every single week you should be growing by 75 new people every week without fail, which means that's 300 new connections every single month, 3,000 a year. But it's understanding how to get to that 50% acceptance rate is really important. And I'm going to tell you, one of the things that so many people make the mistake of is just connecting with people they see as their dream clients. Now, we don't believe that that's the case. We need to connect with 2 types of people. Number 1 are people that are interested in our content. So the things that we've got to say. If you are a plumber on here right now, and you are looking to maybe do some business to business work and maybe do some commercial plumbing, the MD, right, of Samsung is not going to be interested in your plumbing content, right? Let's just be real. They are on the platform, right? But they are probably not going to be interested in what you've got to say. And so if you just connect with those people, your engagement is going to stay on the floor. Lots of people's engagement is low is because what they're sharing isn't wanted by the people that are in their audience. And so what you've got to do is split the way that you build your audience with petite people that are going to buy from you and people that are going to be interested in what you've got to say, right? That's the first thing. The second thing then is people that are actually active. So what lots of people don't know is that just by clicking onto someone's LinkedIn profile, you can scroll down, check their activity section, and you can see if they have posted or if they have commented in the last however many days. We do not send a connection request to anybody unless they have been active in the last 7 days. If they're on there once a month, I do not want to add them into my network. I've got no interest. But if they are on there every single week without fail, there is opportunity. That then gives my content the chance to be seen, and also then for my engagement to increase. People ask me all the time, how does my engagement remain so consistent? Well, number one is because I'm connecting with people that are active, so they see it. And number two, they're interested in what I've got to say. That then allows our audience to build. And if you continuously build your network with non-engagers, your engagement's going to remain low and you will not be seen, right? You will just be ignored by the LinkedIn platform, and therefore your results just remain low. By realizing this and implementing this, you can see on the 17th of January 2023, our software tracks this for us. We put the numbers in, and you can see here I had 13,000 followers. Now I'm around about 27,500. And you can see my impression numbers aren't particularly large. I am no influencer. I am utilizing this platform to generate new business for our businesses that we operate and consult with. That is how my profile works. My profile views remain around about 2,300. My impressions remain around about 40 to 50,000, depending on how a piece of content performs. But with it, the more and more that I built my audience with the right people, and then I'm going to share with you the process that we do in a second. But when we implement the process, that then has allowed, with the right offer, our revenue to consistently grow. And that is something that I want to make sure that no matter whether you're a complete startup or you're a business that's even bigger than mine, maybe you're doing multi-millions or maybe even into the hundreds of millions, getting that process right allows predictability and consistency from a platform that lots of people are getting zero from. And this is the big thing that I need everybody to realize. We then move into the offer, right? And once you've got your identity in place, you know what people are going to be following you for, you then move into your audience and you build your audience up the right way. We then need to look at how you're packaging up what it is that you're selling. Now, again, I'm not here to run a complete and utter offer deep dive right now. But what I want you to realize is that so many people we speak to are trying to sell solutions to audiences that simply aren't interested in them right now. And I've done this, right? You're trying to sell to people that you just haven't earned the right to. And before I saw success, right, in 2021, I'm going to be sharing this with you in a second. One of my biggest errors was trying to sell to people that just weren't interested, trying to sell to people that didn't see my product and service as a priority. I don't know if you've ever thought about this, right? But if you ever felt that what you're selling isn't actually urgent enough for the person to consider it, they might want it and they might need it, but it just isn't top of the priority list. There's another fire that they need to put out. And this ends up happening, causing like people ignoring lots of opportunity that was already on the table for them. And that was what I saw. I had loads of opportunity in front of me that if I just amended how I was packaging what I was offering, everything would change. And if I just opened my eyes and committed to one thing in the right way, like you will see like the impact that it has. Now, I didn't know this at the time. We've put this together over the last 6 months, but we get every single one of our customers to do it. And I want you to take the notes down now. The powerful proposition assessment is something that is you probably already know it, okay? But we get all of our customers to do it and we get them to rank and score their offers out of 10. So you've got 3 areas. So the score comes out of 30 and it's got to be number 1 in high demand. So you're going to rank your offer and what you sell right now. How in demand is it? Is it something that everybody wants right now? It's like the brand new iPhone. Like every single person wants it. Or is it something that you're finding like, do you know what? It's a constant battle. Like I'm having to convince and persuade and slog and follow up and chase. Like depending on where you are, you may be a 3 or you may be a 9, depending on how you see your product and service and your offer as in demand. The second thing is, do you label it with an outcome? And I'm going to give you an example of this in a second, which can better explain it than what I probably could by trying to talk too much now. But outcome focused is, does your service give people and does it say the outcome that your audience want? Out of 10, how close is it? And then number 3, you can see at the top of that triangle is if you were to look at your positioning in the marketplace, right? Are you at the top or are you someone that's just starting out and you need to earn it, right? And you've got to work your way up. Like, depending on where you are in the marketplace, can then determine how you frame and package up what you do. And PPA is something that we take every single one of our clients through. And what we look to do is get everybody to a score of 20. Now, if you're already over 20, one, if you are and it's honestly correct, fantastic. If you aren't, this is one of the things that we help people with and we have to get right before we start doubling down on LinkedIn, right? Extremely simple. Without this score over 20, unfortunately, you're just not going to see the results. And when I first did this, it wasn't for this service that I'm about to explain for you now, but it was one of the biggest reasons things weren't selling. And the 2 day course, if I had done it, this Instagram 2 day course back in 2019, 2020, when I was selling it, my score would have been a 5, right? Now, back in that time period, you can see February 2020 there in the photo. This was the Instagram 2 day course I used to run. Every month I used to run one. I joined a mastermind, which I paid 17 and a half grand for in 2019. And they told me that because everyone else is doing 2 day courses, do them in person, they are the way to go. Now, I loved delivering them, to be fair. I love teaching, right? I can sit here and I can talk in front of a laptop, but I can also talk in front of a room. I love it. But it did feel like a really hard sell at the time. Now, at the time, I was utilizing webinars like I am now and evergreen recordings like this. I was running and speaking on live stages. I was doing everything possible to put bums on seats. I was selling tickets for about 500 quid for 2 days, £250 a day. I thought it was a bargain. But I was just getting to the point, and I don't know if you've ever been in this stage, but I literally just felt like a full-time social media person. And it felt like I just got to my tipping point and I'd had enough. Like the number of hours that I was doing trying to sell what I wanted to sell was just too much. And I don't know, again, if you are someone that feels like your job is literally just marketing and sales all the time. But for me, I couldn't do it any longer. And I remember I was sitting down, I met up with Nick in London and we were having a conversation about it. And to be fair, we all know what happened around February 2020, March 2020. We were forced to make changes anyway because we couldn't deliver in rooms anymore. And so we had the conversation. We didn't know this was coming, but we started to throw ideas around of changing the way that we were selling. And we came up with an outcome focused solution. So rather than just selling an Instagram 2 day course, which people didn't really know the value of, instead, I took all the language that people were using and all they were asking me was, Chris, how do I grow my following? How do I grow my following? And so I framed it and I created a challenge, which was how to gain 1,000 followers in 30 days. I changed nothing with my marketing, changed nothing with my sales process. I ran webinars. I ran 2, right? Took a month to promote it and ran it. And with it, again, there are a lot of variables to this. But where I was struggling to put 8 people in a room at 500 quid, that would have been 4 grand in sales. I made 25 grand. And that was the first time I'd ever made that much money, like from selling information. But you can see the 2 webinars there. It was a £300 solution. There were hundreds and hundreds of people waiting to buy from me, but I just needed to frame my offer in the right way. And one of the things that we do with our community, that £50 a month subscription service that I mentioned, is every Monday at 12 p.m., every Thursday at 2 p.m., we run live trainings because we know that not everybody likes e-learning. So we run live trainings and we take you through our program in a live capacity as well. And this one was around how to choose and package your offer. And I broke down the specific changes that I made. And with it, people then went on to do the same thing. These are all recorded, by the way, so you could go back and watch them if you wanted to. But clarity is a really important part. We then have creation. So these are the things that you need to put in place to be able to get your LinkedIn profile working for you. And we've got 3 things here as well. We've got your process, we've got assets, and we've got profile. The process is the most important part. This is the pathway that we all need to build to be able to take our offers to the people and businesses that then are interested in it and need it. And in a world where everyone's got a secret formula and an overcomplicated sales funnel, you're probably sick and tired of the word funnel, right? That's going to promise you to get rich in a few weeks. We believe that the majority of lead generation problems come down to 3 simple things. Number 1 is not having this process. Number 2 then is procrastination because they don't know what to do and how to build it. And then number 3 is overcomplication. So spending too much time thinking about how people are going to maybe take this on and see it, and instead try to make it perfect We need to get rid of the perfectionists, right? We need to make sure that we just put that out there and learn from it as we go. And therefore, we like to take things back to business 101 with everything that we do. We make it extremely simple. And we get you, whenever you work with us, and whether you work with us on the membership or you work with us with our free content, we get you to do three things. We get you to pick one traffic source, we get you to pick one sales process, and we get you to pick one signature offer. You get that working first, and then you automate it, and then you build another. That is the secret to sustainably scaling. And to be able to do it, the thing that you need to make sure that you have are assets that are working for you. And so for you to build this process, you need to create different elements of content, not social media content, by the way, but content, whether it's a video, a PDF, whatever, an asset that's going to do some of the heavy lifting for you, that allows people to learn exactly what it is that you do, how it is that you work, and then how you're going to help them. People ask me all the time, how do we see consistency with our lead generation when so many people see feast and famine? The answer comes down to two things. Number one is this process. I'm going to share with you a screenshot of this in a second. Number two is what we call mindset shifting assets. These are things that we create that allow a mindset shift to take place. And that mindset shift is not knowing who you are to, I need to work with this person. Selling to strangers requires your business having the ability to build credibility, right? So you have to build trust without convincing and persuading directly, because it just takes too much of your time. You've got to do yourself a favor here and build assets that do some of the heavy lifting on your behalf. These assets then allow you to showcase how great you are without you having to explain it 100 times over. And these are two of ours. Number one, we've got the 100 content ideas. So again, with it, we provide a free mindset shifting asset that's got 100 content ideas in it. That then explains how you then get revenue from the content. We then have the complete guide to social selling. Both of these then share how our methodology works and why you need to work with us to be able to implement it. We send those out to thousands of people every single month, and we get people for free joining our ecosystem. Now, I don't care if you're an accountant, a plumber, whatever. You can get these sorts of assets created to help people remember you at the time that they need you. And the platform, if you remember, I mentioned we provide software. The software for the £50 a month, you have lead magnet hosting. So you can actually create the landing pages and host the lead magnets in here. It gives you all the data then and tracks it. We're literally trying to provide everything for the cheapest possible price you may gather. Okay. So here's an example on the right-hand side of one of ours. We've got the traffic, which is LinkedIn. We've got the sales process, which is utilizing our email list and a webinar. And then we have the offer, which is the Social Selling Academy. There are, of course, some things that you need to get right for this to work consistently. Number one is that message. So again, one of the things that we do with every single person we work with is help you figure out what you need to say in all of this for it to work. And again, most people think that those three things that I just mentioned are what we call lead magnets. Like a lead magnet is just random information or specific information you put together that's perceived as high value to get people in. That's not what an MSA is, a mindset shifting asset is. A mindset shifting asset is utilizing our psychological structures to help people realize what they're doing wrong, what it is that they're missing, and what your solution is and why they need to utilize it. You need to make sure your offer links to it all. So don't have a random offer next to something that's different that you're offering for free. Make sure it's all similar here. And at each point on this process, there are metrics. So the reason why we see consistency is because at each stage, there are metrics that we track. And if one drops below the target, we know that that is the area that we need to focus. We then improve that area. Then we work on the next weakest thing. We turn that up, we get that working better, we then work on the next weakest thing. This is a continuous process. And when you see this process in action and the assets working for you, trust me, you will want to start building them. This example here, you can see, I received a message from somebody asking me about the academy that we do. This was about a year or so ago. Can you tell me a little bit more about the Social Selling Academy? Right. I then go back saying, yeah, no problem. Let's jump on a quick call. I offer an audit, like a strategy call. Also, I've got a free training. I don't know if you can see this here. I've got a free training that you can watch. the free training is the mindset shifting asset. I jumped onto a call with her, no convincing, no persuading, just a general chat about what it is that she's tried, what's worked, what hasn't. I then sent her the training video, very similar to one like this, and bang, 3 hours later, loved the webinar, signed up. The mindset shifting asset, the webinar in this case, allowed her to realize that we knew what her problems were, what it was that she was missing, and therefore how to solve the problem. And this is one process here that you can take a screenshot of this, by the way. Just press the screenshot if you're watching this on your phone, or print screen if you're on your laptop. End to end here, our framework, connection, control, conversion, and close. We work through from left to right. We take the traffic source. We then build the email list. We then build the conversion asset. Then we close it. This literally takes you 30 days to build. No longer than that. 30 days and you can have this making money. This is so simple. It is basic marketing. But so many people miss it because they don't know what steps to follow. We put this in that step-by-step format. And you can see here for a webinar campaign, there are then metrics that you then track to understand whether it's going to work or it isn't. It is simply math at that point. Now, one of the things that I would love for you to do, you should have the ability to be able to pause this video, but I want to make sure that you're connected with me on LinkedIn. And if you want the copy of the 100 content ideas, if you want the guide to social selling, or if you want the process, just scan this QR code, come connect with me on LinkedIn, and just literally send me the message workshop. Send me a message at the point of connection with the word workshop, and I will send you the guide, the 100 content ideas, and also this process. So you've got it totally free. There's no catch, no nothing. Just come and connect with me. I don't bite. I'll happily have a chat with you if you've got any questions, and we can progress through. You'll notice I've not mentioned a tool, profile, or anything on LinkedIn yet, right? That's purely because everybody thinks your profile is where you start. You don't. This isn't the starting point. It's a number of steps down the line. You need to make sure that you've implemented everything that I've already said before you even think about moving on to your profile. But when you're ready, an effective LinkedIn profile is really simple. Just go and have a look at mine, right? It needs to have the language that your ideal client uses. It needs to communicate the desire that you provide. It needs to have certain things that then showcase your credibility, and also gets you then found in search results. So profile optimization, we write profiles for people, okay? But when you do it right, it compels profile visitors. So that those, remember my number, it was like 2,000. It compels them to click and then take the next step. And you can see here from my headline to my header image, to my stats, to my about section, go and have a look at my profile utilizing that QR code before, and you can see how we lay it out. That featured section there, we teach what things to put in place, what video you need to create the best welcome video so people understand what it is that you do. And the big thing with it is that you don't even need to pay for LinkedIn for this to work for you. But I don't know how many of you are currently paying for premium or sales nav right now, but actually, my biggest piece of advice is to stop spending money on tools and technology before you've got things working for you. I know people that are using funnel hosting software, funnel building software like Go High Level or ClickFunnels, and they don't understand the fundamental principles of how to make money online. Like, we built this business to around about 400 grand a year with an order form. Could we have done it in a more efficient way? Of course, but you don't need all of this complicated stuff, right? These platforms provide you with great returns on your money when you can clearly demonstrate why working with your business is a no-brainer. And the reality is the majority aren't doing this and are therefore leaking opportunity left, right, and center, wasting both money, time, hoping that it's going to work from them. And today, this isn't the end of the content, by the way, I've got more to give you, but I'm actually offering something special. If you're watching this right now, at the time that I'm running the ads at this current point, like, there is a number, and if you've got the timer on screen, it's available for you. But for anyone that, if you complete the order form and you join us, typically is around about 5 that I take on per ad set that I run. But if it's there, you can join it and you can take advantage of it. The order form won't be there for you to be able to do this, right? So if it's not there, unfortunately, we're sold out and we can't do it. But if it is there, for the first 5 of you that do it, we will actually write your profile for you for free, right? So you could, if you are paying for premium or sales now, pause it. You will then send us, once you join, send us the answers to some questions. We will then write your profile for you. And obviously with that, I've already mentioned that, but it's 50 quid a month, right? So literally pause your premium and sales nav, come and see whether we're telling the truth or not, right? Come and experience it. I guarantee you will see the difference that it makes within 30 days. Like, implement what we say, then re-engage your premium and sales nav and actually see revenue at bigger amounts coming through, right? So that QR code there, you could scan it and go, but there's also a link around this video that you'll be able to click to be able to join us. But now we move into the LinkedIn stuff, which is the campaign. And campaign is split. I mentioned conversion campaign before. We split it into 3 parts: content, conversations, and conversion. With content, most people default to either not sharing anything or simply sharing information that their audience just don't care about. Most people, when they train content creation, so social media gurus out there, they make it seem like it's just about showing up, about being consistent. Let me tell you here, like, if you have not seen a lead from your content after 2 to 3 weeks of doing it, you are doing content creation wrong, right? When you create the right content, opportunity starts coming to you right away. This is about being more visible to the right people in the right way. And big news flash here, what goes viral, 100,000 impressions or more, isn't what always generates you leads. It's about balance and getting proper content strategy in place, and also then learning to enjoy creating 1 to 3 pieces a week rather than hating creating 1 piece every day. Now, I don't know if you're sitting there and you believe that you may need some support with content creation, knowing what to say, how to say it, what formats, etc., etc. But we do that inside of the £50 a month subscription. You don't need to pay any more than that to anybody else. Content creation, we get you to set a target of 1 million impressions in 365 days. We track it every single week, every single month, and with it, you will slowly get there. We have had over 100 people that have worked with us just in the last 18 months hit the 1 million impression threshold, and we get them to share it in our wins channel, which is where we get these screenshots from. Philippa Nicholson can't thank you enough for the advice to post something that might be slightly controversial. 458,000 impressions. Philippa is a recruitment consultant with a focus with ADHD. She went from this is the thing, right? Content will work immediately for you when you post the right things. 7,000 followers to 7,600 in 5 days, 32 messages of people wanting to work with me, and 5 bespoke package proposals going out this week. Thank you so much, P44, Chris, and everyone here for your support. Like, we need to make sure that you're posting the right things. If you do that, your content will succeed. If you are not seeing any success from your content, you need to change it, right? And this is the sort of content I share. I've not picked my best performing posts. This is kind of like middle of the road, what you should be aiming for. 47,000, 50,000, but it's about business. It's about entertaining a little bit, being a bit sarcastic, but also talking a little bit about who I am as a business owner as well. You don't need to share things about your family. Don't believe what everyone else is telling you. This isn't about entertaining people fully. It's about showcasing people what you're about, what you believe in, and also the difference that you can make. When you have the right profile in place, when you start sharing the right content, you don't even need a big following. Zoe had 880 followers. Yes, she was active. She was sharing 3 times a week. She had an optimized profile. She had a featured video, which we teach on her profile. So when people visited her profile, it explained what she did and how she did it. She shared, bearing in mind her business was about dog-focused holiday lets, she shared a bit of content that reached 133,000 people. Now, you don't even need to reach that many, but when you do, you can see Zoe sent a message saying, second one already through. And this one said, I just watched your short video and I'm intrigued to know more. I have considerable experience with dogs and considering investment opportunities. Content creation is about the headline, it's about the story, and it's about having 0 call to actions. Bet you've never heard that one before. The more you ask for engagement, the less you're going to get. Stop trying so hard to get people to react. Share the things that you're passionate about. Share the things that you're interested in. And the right people, when you build the right audience, will then start to engage. The biggest thing, though, is that lead generation, you cannot rely on content. Direct messaging is where the money is made on LinkedIn. I send around about 1,000 messages a week. That may shock you, but it's all automated, right? You may have received a direct message from me in the past. It is an automated procedure, and it's about driving value into your inbox to wake you up to the reality of what you need to be doing to win. Direct messaging is an approach that so many people get wrong. or they simply don't do it because they feel like it doesn't work or it feels a bit spammy. LinkedIn has been built as a networking platform. You are openly encouraged to talk to each other. And please, therefore, do not leave opportunity on the table because you lack confidence or you feel like it doesn't work. I have worked with now thousands of businesses, and every single one of them has found success with direct messaging. The difference is that you are not asking people for a coffee chat. You are not saying great to connect. You are not thanking them and hoping you get a response. You lead with a value, with a mindset shifting asset, and you naturally lead them to the next stage in your sales process. The asset then does the hard work for you. You are not looking to sell. You are simply moving your connection to the next stage of your LinkedIn campaign. Here you can see people tell me they don't get replies, right? This is my automation software. 998 messages, about 129 replies. These are things that I've not responded to yet. So this isn't even the most accurate number. The reply rate is 12.9%, 8.8%, 10.2%. I am sending a serious amount of volume here. Okay. The response is there. They're quite small, but these are people thanking me, right? Dear Chris, thank you. Thanks, Chris. People thanking me for what I'm sending them, not telling me to go away, being polite and actually thanking me for it. This was a webinar campaign. You can see the date, 21st of July, 2025, 3,900 messages were sent, 345 replies, 8.8%. That generated around about 70 webinar registrations for us for that webinar. I didn't have to do anything apart from set up the campaign. And any business can do this. It just requires a slightly different approach for all of you. And so do not listen to any social media guru promising you that there is a one-size-fits-all solution. Every single customer that we work with has a slightly different campaign because you're all different with different personalities, with different processes. Piers was one of them. And he shared his stats in our community. He's like, hope you don't mind me putting my metrics in. I was like, no worries at all. Totally appreciate it. He's like, maybe I can shout about it a bit louder for you. Honestly, you will never fully appreciate how much you have changed my life for the positive. I literally see new bookings in my diary every single day. That is not from content creation. That is from direct messaging. And therefore, like when we run these live trainings and you begin implementing on them, that is where you start to see the results, right? Whether you're selling high ticket, like multiple, like thousands in 6 and 7 figure contracts, or you are selling £50 a month subscription services. Direct messaging is the way to get the ideal client's attention and actually then navigate them through the right process. One of the biggest problems, though, is that so many people are sitting there and waiting for business to come to them. I need you to not do that. I want you to be proactive rather than reactive. I don't want you to be pointlessly active, waiting for opportunity to come to you. What we do as a company is push you to start taking some initiative. I'm hoping you can tell from my tone. Like, we get you to do the right things with the right focus to start being visible with purpose. Your process that you build determines your activity. You simply build the system, and therefore you no longer have to do any mundane admin. The automation does it for you. Your job then becomes on monitoring the numbers and getting your deals over the line. We push all of our customers to build these conversion campaigns, build the mindset shifting assets. We help you. We give you feedback. We tell you certain things to change. And with it, we have 4 core campaigns that we teach: conversation campaigns, audit and demo campaigns, webinar campaigns, and scorecard campaigns. They are the 4, and we have managed to fit every single one of our clients into one of those 4 to get LinkedIn working for them at speed. And with it, this is the biggest focus point for all of our customers. We build the LinkedIn campaign and focus on conversion every single day. Angie ran a webinar campaign, and you can see here, 17 calls booked immediately, another 9 to chase, 26 leads in total. Jessica Preston, this process works. This was another webinar campaign, 20K contract. Odile got her first one-to-one client from LinkedIn activity and hadn't even started her webinar stuff yet. Debbie Johnson, 12-month ongoing contract from the bank from one of my LinkedIn posts. Bit of content. Stephen Baines, 17 new program sign-ups. Sasha Saville, if I convert that early next week, that'll be 45K secured in 2 weeks. 100K business in year 2. Giuseppe, Clarity Call number 1 just finished. He ran a call campaign. I've got a client. Here we go, straight down here, right? Look at the numbers, 2 clients in 1 day. This person here just closed 7.5K with commitment to finalize scope of a corporate at 30K next week. This stuff, right? these people, this is £50 a month, guys, with no contract. You can just come and dip your toe in and see that it's so straightforward that, again, with this stuff, like you even learn how to build this process so it runs without you, like Darren did. I asked him how he got on. I managed to exit in December for a handsome figure. Now I'm bored, right? This lady here, she joined, and within a week, Maria, you can see, already started to apply your mentoring within a week, and 6 high-value meetings. One is even taking place tonight at 8 p.m. because they couldn't leave it to next week. I'm feeling so excited and happy about myself right now. This is what I want all of us to realize right now. You do not need to spend thousands of pounds on training. People have asked me to shout louder. I am trying to shout as loud as I possibly can. £50 a month, you will learn all of this. And you know what? Once you're fed up with it, just cancel it, right? Craft a message that's going to help you stand out. Come and build this conversion piece of content that everybody is lacking. Build out your email list. Build it every single day. Understand how LinkedIn works, but also all the other social media profiles. We teach them all. Instagram, YouTube. We don't teach TikTok, right? But Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, we're teaching paid advertising now, but we get you to pick one, remove everything else, commit to it, automate it, then go again. And with it, you can see here, everything that we do is about driving results. This company right now, socialselling.co.uk, we are disrupting this space, right? It is happening whether people like it or not, because you know what? I've had enough of people being conned left, right, and center. We want to help you build a simple marketing and sales machine that you're in control of, that doesn't rely on hope, one that's going to work for you rather than you being such a social media, like complete and utter robot trying to get these things working. We will hold you accountable with the weekly sessions and make sure that you implement the stuff that's going to work. Now, inside the suite, I've touched on it a little bit, right? Around this like video here, you will see a link to find out even more. But with it, you get e-learning. So you have our access to our step-by-step training. So for those of you that like e-learning and you want to go through it all in one go, there are multiple courses that you can sit. And with it, we are always adding to it. So every month there is new content going in, and it takes you through everything step by step. We also, like I mentioned, have live training and elements of Q&A every Monday and Thursday. We then also have the community where you can ask any questions. We have our portal, which you can pay a small fee for to submit your work for full review, right? So if you want me to watch your webinar, give you full feedback, end-to-end deep feedback, it's a small fee and I will do that for you. But if you want quick feedback, if you've got any questions that you want content looking at, or you want your profile looking at, or you want your direct message drafts looking at, you pop them in our community. We will give you feedback, tell you what's good and what you need to change. We also give you the technology. Now, this is something that we are constantly developing. Currently, we have lead magnets in there. We've got lots of reporting and analysis going in there as well. But we are going to teach you how to build a system, right? Like a marketing system that you will never become a bottleneck of. That then allows you to scale. We take you through this framework. So this is our LinkedIn framework. So from principles to positioning to planning, all the way through that step by step. We then teach you about marketing and sales, so how you create and prove value, product, audience, offer, and message. We then teach you marketing, which is connection, control, and content. We then teach you sales, which is conversion and close. And when you get all of this right, doesn't matter whether you're in something exciting, whether you're a coach, consulting, or service provider like Matt is here in remanufacturing services, you get the same results, right? 100,000 views there of one specific piece of content. And you can see here, 18 new customers this month, all have come through LinkedIn. And with it, what you're also going to get, which again, these are the bonuses for this specific work. If you're watching it now, these are live right now as you are watching it, even though this is pre-recorded. You're going to get access to our private community, access to the software, access to the AI prompts that we utilize, access to the templates and the walkthroughs, all of it for 50 quid a month, by the way, right? There's no contract, £50 plus VAT per month. Important if you're in the UK, plus VAT. We're going to remove the excuses for you. And then the bonuses for you to join right now, not tomorrow, not next week, but today as you're watching this, just like Donna and James did. Again, we're going to write your profile for you, right? So if you join today at the point of watching this, you are going to get a one-to-one personalized profile rewrite. We will write this for you. This is something that you're going to get. You're also going to get invited to an exclusive small group strategy session that we do typically as a couple of dates every month that we run. And with it, you will get an invite at this point for free. This is normally reserved for our pro members, but our pro membership is closed. You find out more about this inside of the normal subscription, but it is closed at the moment. It will be closed until early 2026. And with it, around this right now, the way that the system is prepped is that we have a limit on what we can take because we can only write a certain amount of profiles per week and per month, right? So if you are seeing this around the page right now and it says that the profile rewrite and the strategy session is there, take advantage of it because it might not be there tomorrow, next week. It might be if you find this video again. However, typically these open and close very, very rapidly. If you're on the fence, here's the deal. On the right-hand side there, you can see we also run in-person events, £100 a ticket, pay for your food and drink. The next one, I believe, is in September and then also December. There's no contract. Stay for as long as it works for you. Typically, I'll be honest, people do not leave us because the results speak for themselves and the software allows you to see your progress. So you become ingrained with how the software works. So if you're someone that's tired of trying to figure it out alone, if you want a clear tested system that you've seen now from all the different examples that I've said to you and how it works at a price that is, I think, literally ridiculous. And it won't always be at this price, but for the next at least few months, it's going to be £50 plus VAT per month. Then find the link around this video. You'll see it below here at least, or you can go to socialselling.co.uk/join and come and experience the difference and impact that we are having. Come and implement it. Try it for 30 days, right? It's 60 quid, including VAT, right? Come and try it, £2 a day. And if you don't like it, give us 30 days notice and you can leave. But with it, I promise you, when you get into this ecosystem, apply it, you will be blown away by what you get for this price point. People pay thousands. We're not looking for that. We're looking for good feedback and for you to help us disrupt a space to stop people being conned left, right, and center. Have an amazing day. Have an amazing evening whenever you're watching this. And I look forward to seeing you if you decide to join us inside the community. Thank you. Goodbye.